In this episode, to celebrate G.I. Joe July, we are doing a special episode of Fistful of Joes Reloaded. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and like I said, this episode we are doing a special episode of Fistful of Joes Reloaded. What makes this special, the twist if you will, is we will be taking a look at Sigma 6 figures. I only have 8 of them in my collection, and boy, would I love to get more of them. While I was doing just a little bit of research for this episode, I saw there are some really awesome ones that I never got my hands on back in the day. These came out in 2005 and wrapped up by 2007, so there weren't that many of them, and it would be an easy collection to get all of. See, around 2005, I started just really hardcore collecting G.I. Joe again, so when these were on the shelves, I just picked them up, and I liked them. I don't hear a lot of people talking about them nowadays, but, I mean, to me, they're really awesome. And hopefully you'll feel the same way after looking at them. But anyway, if you don't know what Sigma 6 was, it was Hasbro's attempt at revitalizing the G.I. Joe franchise. They came out with a new cartoon, a new toy line, new comics even. And unfortunately, 2 seasons of the cartoon weren't very popular, and apparently the toy line wasn't very popular either, so they kind of scuttled it. And in 2007, when it died, they quickly changed gears and started releasing the 25th anniversary edition figures, which we all know and love today. So, I mean, good thing for Hasbro that they took something that was a failure and quickly switched gears and had a hit on their hands with the 25th anniversary line. But anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoy these figures as much as I do, and without further ado, let's head over here and take a look at some of them.
Yo, Joe!
Okay, folks, I have my figures bagged up 2 per bag. One of the big freezer bags, and we're going to take a look at kind of both figures at the same time. And the first bag we have has, sorry, I had to fix his collar here. Whoa, I'm gonna have to change the camera here a little bit. We have Destro and the Skybat. Now, definitely doesn't look like your run-of-the-mill bat, but I think he's super awesome. But anyway, let's start by looking at Destro's weaponry. I'm kind of confused to who's here, so you need to now the coolest bit of stuff that Destro comes, well, let's take a look at the figure first. I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, you have the chrome plated head, real soft goods jacket, which super fan of. Has an ab crunch here. Got that cake. As far as posability, you had ankle, knee, Knees also twist, waist twist, hand twist, an elbow bend, shoulders, and the head on a ball joint, which is nice. Now the first thing, we also have the splits. First thing that he came with that he definitely needs, let me get it out of the bag here, is instead of his normal stone, he has a Cobra necklace. So, I mean, that's pretty rad. A little bit of a departure. Now, I think these came with him. Not 100% sure. These could have come with someone else, but we have grenades. But the thing that I think is awesome is he has an attaché case. Cobra insignia on it. But check this out. Boom, hidden Uzi. You can take it out. Oh, come on. It's been so long, I'm not sure how to do it. But I know it can be separated. Excuse me, folks, while I play with this for a second. Oh. Oh. Pfft. It just slides out this way. Gee Louise. But look, it's got a stock that you can pull off by accident or can come out. I'm pretty sure it had a clip, but that might just be where it sets in the briefcase. I mean, pretty fly. Take this. So let's put it back in the briefcase. Somehow. Oh, and the briefcase opens. See, it's got a laptop, money from different countries. Has schematics to an awesome, I guess that's supposed to be like the Rattler. Here we go. It just sits right back into the briefcase. Bam. So we'll put that over here. And I believe he came with this huge missile launcher.
It shoots both missiles. Very awesome. Now, the Skybat comes with a ton of stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if this came with the Skybat or Destro. So we'll just take a look at that here and put it to the side. Now, the Skybat. He has a huge accessory. Which gets him his name, the Skybat. Has these posts. Well, let's take a look at him up close. Has these little things that you can move. Has all the same posability. So he has wings here. And he has missiles that attach. These attach here, which I don't necessarily know what they do. Kind of like Rumble from Transformers. Maybe they're just supposed to be like, whoops, blasters of some sort. There we go. And he came with this huge gun. That somehow threads through there. Oh well, you get the point. He comes with this big blaster that of course shoots missiles as well. An extra missile. I liked him much better than the Ninja Bat that they released. Oh, and these fold up. And you drop the missiles this way, so you can bomb Joe. Oh, and it also has movable guns on top. And for easy storage, bam, comes apart. So let me throw these back in this bag here, and we'll grab our next bag. And like I said, I'm not sure about these grenades. They might go with Tunnel Rat, which we'll look at here shortly. So that's one bag done. Since we're looking at bad guys first, let's take a look at these. We have Zartan, which I think is an awesome version of Zartan. And let me get them picture ready here. Cobra Commander. Now let's look at Zartan's weaponry first. He comes with this thing that goes on his wrist, so he can blast or claw somebody. Always like that there's options. Looks like he's missing a shoulder pauldron. Hopefully it's in here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, here it is. Bam. But, I mean, look at that. It's a good sculpt. Very nice detailing on his hood. Has his little combat webbing here, and this comes off. And see, all these little holes are for attachments, which at first is kind of distracting, but can be pretty cool. He also has this dread knock, as they call it, because it's a crossbow. And he comes with various arrows here. It's enough for 3, but here's 2. I'm sure he's got some in another bag. And when you put it in, the crossbow opens up. Boom! And he can hold that, and it goes into a peg there. Oh, here's the other arrow. And I like that they're like, is that his arrow? Maybe, maybe not. We'll piece these together as we go. But this has a stretchy band that it can go around them. Now, we've looked at his stuff. Put this back in his quiver. And then let's look at this Cobra Commander. Look at this. He's got gauntlet blasters. And they come off, but why would you want to take them off? He has kind of the battle armor look, but look, bam, now he's hooded Cobra Commander. Cloth good cape with a big old insignia on it. And they kind of included the blaster in the built-in holder. Like the OG. And it's reminiscent of the OG in design. But here's a crossover with Masters of the Universe. Watch. Bam. He's got battle damage. Uh-oh. Don't want to go back to the Cobra signet. There we go. Now there's 3, but it automatically goes right to the 3rd one. Now wouldn't it have been cool if they're going to do something like that they do a Manny Faces kind of thing for Zartan? That would have been pretty wild. Now the gear that he came with, the shield with a buzzsaw feature and a knife hidden in it. Kind of reminiscent of the new Doom game, the Doom Dark Ages shield. Oh, what the heck. You ever had those moments where you're like, man, I shouldn't have taken that out? There we go. So he comes with this shield. Which isn't very Cobra Commander-like, but it's still pretty rad. And he came with this scepter that turns into like a scythe. Got a blade on that side. Thought maybe it elongated. Nope. So we got that too. So now we've taken a look at those two. Let's go to another bag. And I think I need to find some extra accessories for the folks there. Okay, here are 2 G.I. Joe figures. First we have Spirit and get his bandolier here situated. Tunnel Rat. Now I like the size difference. Tunnel Rat is a lot smaller. Spirit has awesome tribal tattoos. Has dog tag. Look at cloth good headband, cloth good pants, which I can't tell if these are stained from years of display in my old house or if they're supposed to look that way. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of it. Has this awesome little comm link. More tattoos. Awesome knife in sheath. And this is like, reminds me of Billy from Predator knife. Bam. That could function as a machete as well. So we'll set him there. And he came with this awesome bow that, look, you can actually, you load up a arrow there and pow. So we'll take a look at the arrows in a second. He also came with a quiver with some awesome, like, gimmicky arrows and some normal arrows. Let's just go with a normal arrow here. Like I said, they just go in. Pull back. Pew! And it comes with a strap to go around his back. He also came with, of course, let's not forget, came with Freedom. Got some techno eye gear, I guess, to help scout ahead. Big posable wings. His head's posable. Huh? Came with this awesome axe that, voila, is now 2 axes. Oh, and this is oh, come on, Freedom. This perch for Freedom. Pistol gripped even, so he can have them attack people. So now let's take a look at Tunnel Rat. I think maybe the grenades are his, because he has so many places to put them. So we'll just give him the grenades because it seems to fit. He's got goggles. All this combat webbing, like I said. And he has some really interesting gear as well. This goes on his back, but it's like a little skateboard, if you will, that he can go down in the tunnels with. Oh, and also he's got his 2 lights. Can't have Nightcrawler, Tunnel Rat without his lights. But he can lay on this and go through the tunnels, and then it folds up to go on his back. Oh, his belt came unbuckled. Comes with this awesome submachine gun. That's why I'm thinking the grenades are his, because of all the green highlights here. Oh, I thought the clip came out. It does not. So he has that. Also a pistol. And it's his butterfly knife. How cool is that? They really went all out on the accessories for these figures. So let's put these away and get to our last two. Which of course are my two favorite characters, of course. Ooh, got some yellow in here. First off, Storm Shadow. And Snake Eyes. I don't mean for them to be holding hands, but like, look at, I mean, first off, cloth goods, hold up very well, still nice and white. Has this huge katana. Has his Arakasashi tattoo on his bicep, which is different. And like I said, a little bit of yellowing here on his chest. Surprised. His head's still nice and white though. Kind of weird paint job on the eyes. Has tabby boots. See, he's an earlier one, so he doesn't have the splits capability. But there is so much gear in here, I don't even know whose is whose. Here is a pulley thing. Oh, of course we know. This is Snake Eyes'. Look, removable clip. So we'll put that over with Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes came with two swords. That I don't think I have the connector, but you could actually connect them together. And you could turn them into Tafana. See, they both have that, so he could Storm Shadow came with size. Sorry, just taking a look at this. Storm Shadow also came with this. I think Storm Shadow did. Maybe Snake Eyes did, since it has the green. But shoo, shoo, and it has this line to it. Snake Eyes also came with a little I want to say it's a wakizashi, but it might be. Or a tando knife. And Storm Shadow also came with this, so you could pose both of his katana and his wakizashi on this little stand. And I know you're probably looking at at Snake Eyes. Here's the little connector piece. Snake Eyes, like, he doesn't look right. And I'll go over that in a second. Snake Eyes came with these suction cups for climbing capability. While Storm Shadow came with these awesome claws to help him climb. Now, Snake Eyes came with 3 different face plates here. You have this gas mask, these night vision goggles, and the tried and true visor. But you can even see that there's scarring around his eyes here. Nice detailing. Of course, I'm a fan of the visor, but the other things are pretty cool as well. Now, I think this was something it also came with Zartan. I thought it came with Storm Shadow, so I left it off to the side, but this came with Zartan. See, I thought that was like a kunai. I mean, maybe it did. Maybe this came with Snake Eyes and this came with Storm Shadow. Who knows? And I also have 2 extra arrows, which I think are Zartan's. We'll have to look at that later. But anyway, this was my collection of 8 Sigma 6 characters. And I'm just a super duper fan of these figures. I mean, at the time when they came out... Oh, another little comm link. When they came out, I mean, the posability was rad. And as a little side note, it definitely put G.I. Joe back on the map. At least for a short time, because I remember in the town I grew up in, they have a thing called Fall Fest. And I was walking through Fall Fest, and this little kid ran up to me because he saw my tattoo, and he's like, "Snake Eyes, Snake Eyes." I mean, how often is that ever going to happen in your life? I mean, nowadays, only fans are really going to know. But this was just some little kid that watched the cartoon on Fox, you know, the 4 Kids block, and recognized it. I mean, I felt so good after that. I thought that was so awesome. But anyway, enough of me. Enough of these. I could go on and on and on. This is a super long episode as it is. But anyway, back to me.
Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fistful of Joes. Like I said, something a little bit special to celebrate G.I. Joe July by taking a look at the Sigma 6 figures, because I'm a huge fan of them. And I hope you became fans of them after taking a look at them with me. Now, like I said, the toy line fizzled after a couple years, and there weren't that many figures released. And some of those figures, of course, were, you know, rebranded. Like you had Sea Ops Duke and Desert Commando Duke and Jungle Warfare Snake Eyes, stuff like that. But the core figures, I think, are super awesome. And to be honest, those variant editions are also pretty cool. I mean, there was a Storm Shadow one that came with a tiger. I mean, super awesome. But anyway, I could go on and on and on about how much I like this toy line, and I hope to jump in and start collecting it again one day. I feel like my wish lists just keep growing and growing and growing, and I'm not doing enough work to chip away at it. But who knows? One day, maybe. Enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's new episodes. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.